Okay, is everyone ready?
Yep.
All right.
Has
I'd like to
Sam,
call.
We are ready.
has Sam said that we're live, Mr. Chair? I'm sorry.
Oh, good point. I
He didn't
don't know.
respond to me
Nobody
when I
was
asked.
objecting, so I was.
I object.
Nobody was objecting. I was started.
He's buried
You're not
under
a
a pile
commissioner,
of
you
ballots
can't
somewhere.
object.
I was muted. There we go. Okay, so
Probably.
now we are live.
I know mine hasn't been counted yet.
Really?
We're live,
Okay,
Mr.
we
Chair.
are live. Okay. All right. I will go ahead and call the meeting of the Planning Commission to order. Everyone, please join us for the flag salute. It's gonna be great. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the
Republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with
liberty and justice for all.
My last happy 4th of July celebration pictured behind me here.
Nice picture.
Okay, do we have any citizens input?
No, we do not.
We do not. Okay. Do we have anything else we wish to discuss for the next 3 minutes?
And we have no public in the chambers at this time as well, Commissioner.
Perfect. Thank you, Sam. So we will have to wait for a couple minutes until we can go ahead and call the next item up at 9:05.
What if we could do the minutes?
There's no minutes on this agenda.
Oh.
Minutes
I was
from
gonna
last
say.
month are on next week's agenda.
Got it.
Yeah. John, didn't you read the agenda?
I'm looking at it. I think it's just an automatic response, like a muscle memory.
They are done. They're just on next week's agenda.
Perhaps I could take the minute or so we have left to do the untimed staff update. We're closing in on about to offer a position or a gentleman a position for the chief building official. We've been in a recruitment for that, and we have an outstanding candidate. We're doing a final interview today, and we're very excited about the possibility so a much needed individual in the team that we've been missing for a little while. And so we're really excited about this possibility. We have some recruitments out right now. The cannabis division manager is out, and I understand we're seeing some interest in that. So some real positive things happening with the department and filling some positions. I do have a little unfortunate news, and I don't know if Kate is going to be real happy with me.
I have not said anything yet.
Okay, well, I'm going to pull the Band-Aid off, and
Okay.
Next meeting will be Kate's final meeting with us, and I just obviously next week we'll have some opportunity to say thank you again, but. While I have the floor here for the next 30 seconds or so, I just want to say that, Kate joined us, took over following the retirement of a long time planning commission secretary and clerk, and pretty much was not given a whole lot of training, and just really has made the position hers. She's developed a number of training documents that are going to help us in the future, and in the short time she's been with us has just done some really great stuff with respect to her role as the clerk for the Planning Commission. And again, next week we'll we'll have a little bit more for her, but I just want to publicly thank her for all of her efforts.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
I'm bitter about
Okay,
it.
it is.
We know. It's 9:06.
We are at, 9:00, right, 9:06. So go ahead and bring up the public hearing on consideration of the general plan of conformity, GPC 20-07.
Great. Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. Scott DeLeon, Community Development Director. This morning, and I've already thanked you, but I'll do it again. Thank you for indulging us with a special meeting. This item has been around for a while, and I really needed to get it done, and I appreciate you taking your time to do this special meeting. This morning, what we're asking you to consider is the general plan conformity for the sale of some surplus property in Middletown. It is known as Arabian Lane. It is a small 0.7 acre parcel of land that the County of Lake obtained in the late 60s as a result of a relinquishment from the state of California while they were perfecting some of their right-of-way. And in the staff report, there is a map that has the little area outlined. This property is owned by the county. The feature on it, Arabian Lane, is a non-county maintained road, and it basically provides access to and from the state highway to the adjoining property. The adjoining property is owned by Valley Oaks. Their representative, Mr. Porter, is with us this morning. This piece of property and frankly, the access onto the highway was included in all of the environmental review for the Valley Oaks subdivision and development. The property is currently in some of the initial stages of development. The Board of Supervisors entertained a decision to declare this property surplus and sell it to the adjoining property owner. And they took that action in May of 2019, and they declared the property surplus and directed the sale of the property to the adjoining owner. The property was appraised, and by virtue of its value, we were able to use a law that allows us to just sell it directly to the adjoining property owner, which we intend to do. One of the conditions of the sale was that your commission make the determination that the sale of the property was in conformance with the general plan. Looking at the general plan consistency analysis, we looked at a number of different things, and there's actually several, but we went ahead and hit the main one, and that is under section 3.9 economic development of the land use chapter in the Lake County General Plan. Goal LU6 of that section, and I'll read it to you. It's to maintain a healthy and diverse local economy that meets the present and future employment, shopping, recreational, and service needs of Lake County residents. The proposed development, as I mentioned, is permitted. Valley Oaks is a permitted development, and as an integral component of that development, direct highway access is necessary. It not only provides the access to and from the development, but it also provides a safe and efficient means for emergency access and egress in the event of an emergency. It will provide the secondary access for the development. And so we feel that that the sale of that is integral, again, to the development of the property. We did a CEQA analysis. It requires that we evaluate the environmental implications, and we propose that that the sale is categorically exempt from CEQA because it falls within the categorical exemption class 12, section 15312, surplus government property sales, based on the following findings. I should note that there was a revision to your staff report this morning. We inadvertently omitted a couple of the findings, and so your staff report today was corrected to include those findings, which you will see summarized on page 3 of our report. The property to meet the aforementioned exemption class, section 15312, we need to show or demonstrate that the property is not in an area of statewide, regional, or area-wide concern, nor does it have any significant values for wildlife habitat or other environmental purposes. And finally, the property is of such a size, shape, or inaccessibility that it's incapable of independent development or use. And we feel that this property meets all 3 of those findings. I already mentioned it, but I'll note it again, that the property that we are declaring surplus, which is to be sold to the adjacent property owner, was included as a component of the project known as Valley Oaks subdivision and was already considered in the original environmental review of that project. Our recommendation this morning is that the Planning Commission find that the project is consistent with the Lake County General Plan objectives and policies related to land use and economic development, and that the sale of the surplus property is exempt from CEQA as it falls within categorical exemption class 12, section 15312, surplus government property sales. And with that, we've given you some sample motions. They're at the bottom of page 4. And with that, I'll be happy to try to answer any questions. And again, Mr. Porter, representing the adjoining property owner, is in the meeting. And so we're both available to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Does anybody have any questions?
Mr. Chair?
Go ahead, John.
I don't have any questions, but just to start, I wanted to disclose that I met with a Valley Oaks representative a couple of weeks ago to talk about this land transfer, and just for the purposes of full disclosure, it won't affect my ability to make an unbiased decision in any way. Although I do strongly favor this land transfer. I live in Hidden Valley Lake, right next to this subdivision, potential subdivision. And it's really important to have secondary access and something off of 29 in addition to off of Hartman Road. It'll make a big difference, and it'll make the people of Hidden Valley Lake a lot happier as well. So I think it's a great thing.
Okay, thank you, John. Anybody else? Okay.
I don't have
Does
any.
anybody wish to? Thank you. Does anybody wish to possibly propose a motion?
Mr. Chair, I would like to
Go ahead,
offer a
John.
motion.
If I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Chair, if you don't mind, perhaps opening that up to public comment in case Mr. Porter had anything.
You're right.
And we prepared some
sorry,
sample
Scott.
motions on page 4.
Yep.
Right. You're right. I'm sorry, I forgot about public comment. So I will go ahead and open it up to public comment. Does Ken or Kelly is on too, I believe, right? Do either of you have anything you wish to say?
I've sent unmute request out to the individuals in the Zoom room. If you'd like to make a comment, please unmute and state your first and last name.
coming from Valley Oaks? No? Okay. Nobody's jumping to make a comment, so I'll go ahead and close that.
Mr. Chair,
Once again, yes.
there's no public comment from the chambers as well.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll go ahead and close public comment, bring it back to the board.
Sure, Mr. Chair.
John, you had something you wish to say?
Motion regarding the general plan of conformity. I move that the Planning Commission find that the general plan conformity GPC 20-07 as proposed by the County of Lake is in conformity with the Lake County General Plan.
I'll second.
Okay, all right, thank you, Christina.
Commissioner Hess,
Yes.
Commissioner Chavez,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Price,
Yes.
Commissioner Sinrum.
Yes,
Motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
go ahead, John.
I move that the Planning Commission find that the sale of the surplus property herein described as Arabian Lane is exempt from CEQA because it falls within categorical exemption class 12, section 15312, surplus government property sales, based on the findings set forth in staff report dated November 5, 2020.
I'll second.
Okay, do we have a second? Thank you, Christina.
Commissioner Hess,
Yes.
Commissioner Chavez,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Price, sorry.
Yes.
Commissioner Sinrum.
Yes,
Motion carries. Thank you.
okay.
Thank you again,
So-
commissioners. I appreciate your indulgence this morning. I promised I'd try to get this done quickly, and so again, I appreciate this very much. This will let us get moving forward on the sale and completing this with Mr. Porter. So thank you.
Of course.
Okay. Thank you. Was there any other office news you wish to discuss, Scott, or are we good?
No, I think we're good at this time, and we will look forward to seeing you all next Thursday, and we'll hopefully have some updates on additional positions and things next week.
Sounds great.
Okay, all right, good. All right, without any more business, would anybody like to entertain a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn meeting.
I'll second.
Thank you, and all right, it's been moved and seconded. If there's no opposition, I'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting.
See
All
you
right.
next week.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Yes.
See you next week, everybody.
See you.